Oh, hey guys. Sorry, I was just enjoying a cup of coffee. How many of you enjoy that first cup of coffee in the morning as much as I do? If you just had a baby and you've been either cut out or have cut back on caffeine during pregnancy, you're probably wondering if it's okay to resume your caffeine intake during lactation. So stay tuned to the end of this video where we're going to cover whether or not it's okay to have caffeine during lactation, the things to look out for, and kind of suggested limits on how much caffeine you can drink during your lactation journey. So if you're new here, my name is Kassi Reyes. I am a registered nurse and a board-certified lactation consultant, and I'm also a co-founder of People's Lactation based here in Washington, D.C. And I'm so happy that you found the channel. If you're interested in watching more lactation-specific content, please subscribe down below, give the video a like, and if you hit the bell, you're going to be notified each week when I post a new video. So right off the bat, let's answer the all-important question. Can you have coffee during lactation? And the answer is yes, as long as you're not drinking more than 5 cups a day. So each baby is different in how they're going to respond to the amount of caffeine that you're taking in. And it could be that your baby might be a little bit more sensitive to the caffeine in your diet if you had completely cut out caffeine during pregnancy. So babies who aren't exposed to caffeine during pregnancy might be a little bit more sensitive to caffeine if they're exposed during lactation. The American Academy of Pediatrics does say that caffeine is usually compatible with lactation. So we're going to talk about things to look for and babies that might be extra sensitive, but overall, a little bit of caffeine is mostly safe during lactation. The levels of caffeine in your milk tend to peak around 1 to 2 hours after you consume it. So that's worth noting because if you, for example, were to have a cup of coffee after your feed, it should mostly be, or those peak levels should mostly be out of your milk by the time your next feeding is, which would usually be in 2 to 3 hours. Some babies are just more sensitive than others, so the most important thing is to watch your baby and see how your baby reacts to your caffeine intake in your diet. Babies that may be higher risk for being affected by caffeine are preterm infants or ill babies who have some other health condition going on. So definitely if you have a high risk infant, it would be worth talking to your pediatrician or checking in with your lactation consultant just in case. But otherwise, it has been shown that in general, the recommendation is that if you drink less than 750 milligrams of coffee per, 750 milligrams of caffeine per day, you should be okay. 750 milligrams of caffeine, just to put that in perspective for you, is about 5 cups of coffee. Not if you're drinking Starbucks, because Starbucks coffee is a little bit stronger. So find out how many milligrams of caffeine are in your Starbucks coffee. Depends on how big your coffee is too. So, but 5 cups of 5-ounce regular coffee in general are going to put you at that 750 milligram threshold. I don't know about you, I'm a big coffee drinker, or have been in the past, but I have never, as far as I can remember, had 5-ounce cups of coffee in a day. So as long as you're okay staying under that pretty high threshold, I think you should be good. During pregnancy, the recommendations are usually 200 to 300 milligrams per day or less. So if you were drinking in that range during pregnancy and you just continue that throughout lactation, you should be good to go. Some things to look for in your baby, however, are that if your baby is extra fussy or irritable or just doesn't sleep for long stretches of time, you could try cutting back on your caffeine intake. You always want to do that slowly because caffeine withdrawal is real and it can cause some pretty nasty side effects, especially like headaches. So cut back slowly and try to cut it out for a couple of weeks and see if it helps improve your baby's symptoms. The awesome thing is that even if your baby is sensitive now, you could try to reintroduce caffeine down the road. As babies get older, they tend to be better at tolerating caffeine in parents' diet. Remember that coffee isn't the only source of caffeine, however, so other things like tea, soda, energy drinks also have caffeine in them, chocolate, hot cocoa. So if you're having some of those other foods in your diet, you have to take those into consideration too for the totals of caffeine that you're taking in. There are a lot of rumors around that caffeine intake can lower your milk supply. However, that is not evidence-based. There is actually not a lot of evidence supporting the fact that caffeine lowers your milk supply, and some studies have even shown that it might increase it. I wouldn't drink caffeine to increase your milk supply. There are other ways to do that, but rest assured that overall, your milk supply should not be affected by introducing a little bit of caffeine into your diet. So how much is too much caffeine? Well, I did give you some numbers and some ranges to aim for. It's really going to depend on your individual baby. So the most important thing is if you're reintroducing caffeine into your diet or upping the amount that you're consuming, then just pay attention to your baby, pay attention for new symptoms of irritability or restlessness, and adjust the levels in your diet accordingly. I hope that answers all your questions. I hope that you're happy with the answer, especially for my coffee lovers out there. And I know that the sleep deprivation after having a baby is also real. So if you need that cup of coffee in the morning to get you going, rest assured that it is most likely going to be safe for you and your baby during lactation. I hope that you guys have a great week. Remember to subscribe down below. Also, let me know in the comments if you've had any experience with introducing caffeine into your diet during lactation. How did your baby react? Did your baby have any negative reactions to the caffeine that you were consuming? And what did you have to do about it? I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified each week when I post a new video. Have a great week. Bye.